Oh, is it working? Yeah, it's working. All right, we're live. Sanam, my name is Musfa. Oh no, get no ad. Don't give me an ad, or don't give you guys an ad. All right, my name is Mustafa. This is Sabr Path. Quick introduction. So, this channel I talk about video game related topics, mainly industry, design, problems that are in the game industry, modern gaming, etc. And I talk about my analysis as a game developer, as someone who teaches game design at the college level, someone who plays games. I hope you guys don't hear my daughter screaming through the door. She's yelling at me. Hey, Abe Zilla, salam alaikum. How you doing? Thanks for joining. Is it that way? Anyways, no, too much. There we go. All right. So that's the quick introduction. Today, what we're going to be talking about, or what I'm going to do on this live stream, is do a reaction video to a video called "The Real Reason Gaming is Getting Laid Off, Including Me." That's the title. I mean, I already got laid off, so that's I'm not adding the including me in there, but actually, I'm going in at going indie. There we go. Let me add that to the description, so you can click the link to the original person. Alhamdulillah. Okay, that's good. That's good. You're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. Hey, Namom. Hello, people. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, happy Tuesday. How you doing, Namom? Uh, n- name, name gnome, name gnome, name gnome. Okay, name gnome. Anyways, I'm gonna keep getting that name wrong, but anyways, um, welcome to the stream. Glad you guys are here. So anyways, I don't really have too much to talk about before we get into the topic. Atomic Game Room 2. I don't. You're number one to me, not number two. Atomic Game Room. So, do you think it's inflated? The wait. I skipped your first. I have a serious question. I see so many game industry is dead when Fortnite has 14 million and COD has 5 million. Yeah, I can answer that real quick before we go into the main topic. So, I mean, first of all, those games are basically like the top live service games at the moment. And the a lot of those players are in there due to multiple reasons. One being that their friends are playing those games. Two being sunk cost fallacy, where they put in a lot of money into buying all these skins and stuff like that, and probably hundreds of dollars, and they don't want to leave that ecosystem. Like, they don't want to go to other games. Another thing is that they might just be fine playing that same game over and over again, and that they're just there for the like routine or social experience, etc. Um, and when other games come out, like a High Guard comes out, and it doesn't show that it's doing anything better. In fact, it just shows that it's just doing some things a little bit differently, and maybe some things worse. People don't have a reason to move over. Like, they're there for um, the people who are in Fortnite and Call of Duty. They don't want to leave. They don't have a reason to leave. So it's like, I don't think the numbers are inflated. It's just gamers don't have a reason to leave the ecosystem that they spent so much time playing. As long as there's still people playing the game, um, they're gonna stick around with it. Like, for example, I played this game called Super Monday Night Combat, and years after the developers left and abandoned the game, people were still playing it up until the servers got shut down. Even then, people still found a way to get the game to work. without the servers. But uh, people when people like something, they're gonna just keep playing it. And Fortnite and Call of Duty are the biggest names, so um, that's where people are gonna gravitate towards. Uh, especially when it comes to these live service games. Um, why did my phone just silent? Give me 1 second. Let me silence the phone. Doesn't bother me. All right, sure, but all right. Anyways, um, for those of you, let's get into. Oh, let me answer these questions real quick. I see more stuff. Okay. Uh, Akan Hero, how's it going? Thanks for joining the stream. Isn't mostly the western part of the industry that is lagging behind? Lagging behind, as in, can you be more specific with the question, so I can better answer the question? I have an idea as to what you mean by lagging behind, but can you be more specific as to what you mean so that I can better address the question? Sounds like Evil Dead made by Sabr Interactive. Did they make a Evil Dead Sabr Interactive? Evil Dead game did they make? Did I play that one? The new Evil Dead was an old Evil Dead game. Where is it? Evil Dead game. Saber Interactive shows nothing on that. Let's search. Okay, Evil Dead the game. There we go. Yeah. Put in my birth year. Hate this stuff where it's like, oh, what's your age? Okay, so this is looks like a 4-player asymmetric, like some sort of asymmetric game. Not. I think I saw a trailer to this like a long time ago. I just haven't kept up with it. Watch the game of the year trailer. Oh, so the game's not even out yet. Could come get some. Okay. Anyways, let me. Oh, asymmetric multiplayer. Yeah. Okay. I mean, doing. Okay, not doing very well. Okay. Yeah. From my understanding, it's mainly Western. Eastern studios are still doing pretty well. Um, and there's multiple factors to this. I mean, the obvious is that Western games are not developing games that gamers want. Whether it's because they're developing live service games, then gamers don't want that. Gamers are tired of live service. Whether it's because they're developing games with ugly characters and social politics jammed into it, that's one factor. The factor of game developers not making the games that gamers want. Another big factor is due to we're still feeling the after effects of um, the the lockdown money. So during the 2020 lockdown, um, a lot of companies got lots and lots of money, lots of money to expand. Well, that plus the ESG money, but they got like an influx of extra money that they wouldn't have due to the lockdowns. And when these corporations get so much money, the shareholders they expect the companies to expand. So that because there's a fiduciary responsibility from that, there's an expectance from the shareholders expect that the company will take that money and make even more money by expanding the company. So they expand. Lots of them expanded quickly and drastically, and this results to um, diminishing returns. I talk about this a lot on on this channel, that there's diminishing returns when it comes to the expanse of um, a studio, a gaming studio, or it's just software development in general. Because just to summarize it real quick, there's bottlenecking when it comes to the communication between the different teams. Like, you have the studio split up into many teams, and each team has to communicate not only within themselves but with the other teams. And when you have more and more teams and larger teams, then that leads to bottlenecking of communication, and that communication bottleneck leads to diminishing returns in the outcome of the product. So having more and more people work on your game does not result to a better game. In fact, if anything, it results to a worse game when you have more and more people. And that's why a lot of these Western developed games are falling apart. In fact, we're going to watch a video. I'm going to do a reaction to a video. I don't know what the thesis of the video is, but I'm assuming that that's going to be one of the factors that's going to be covered. Let me get back to the chat real quick. The high god. Whoa. Let me open up the big chat. Big chat's gonna be easier to read. Okay, like High God, Concord, Marathon, Veilguard, and more. Yeah, I mean, like, uh, 3 of those 4 games are live service games. In fact, Veilguard was supposed to be a live service game too, but Veilguard also falls under the fact that they're basically ruining the lore. They were filling it up with social politics. They're filling up with ugly characters, etc. Get back here. It was really fun, but the devs stopped supporting it. Oh, the Evil Dead game. Shocked, like Red Storm Entertainment shut down. It's crazy we haven't had a real in-depth Rainbow Six that simulates real squad prep. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of sad that Rainbow Six has turned into just a multiplayer game. Rainbow Six Siege. I'm a big fan of the Rainbow Six games. Like the especially PVE, having like a few players versus the um the AI bots. I really liked the Rainbow Six Vegas games. I thought they were fantastic. But I guess they didn't do well enough. And then they had that one Rainbow Six game that never came out that was supposed to be extremely cinematic. And then they were trying to do Rainbow Six Siege as well as this Rainbow Six virus type thing, this zombie virus, and then they quit doing the zombie virus and they just kind of just went all in on Rainbow Six Siege. So yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of sad that they went this route, but it's making them money, and that's unfortunately money is a factor when it comes to business decisions with video games. And there needs to be a bit of a compromise with the design decisions, but there needs to be a balance between the game you want to make and the game that can make money. But it seems like they're going full steam ahead with the game that can make money. Yeah, I agree with you, Atomic Games, that massive teams don't mean good games. And look at Rainbow Six Siege. Play Nice Games. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Play Nice Games? Glad you're in here. Yeah, I agree with you with the optimization. I think I think the smart thing to do for a lot of gaming studios right now, due to the fact that um, hardware costs are rising, and it's going to be harder for not studios. It's going to be harder for consumers to upgrade their systems or purchase new consoles, or even just like the new consoles to be developed in general. I think the smarter thing to do for developers is, rather than go for a high fidelity and try to push the limits of graphical fidelity, is instead to focus on optimization, just utilizing the current hardware that we know that everybody has. Try to get higher frame rate. Push the limit to a smoother experience, and just go for something more stylistic instead of high fidelity. Okay, all right, got. Well, no, one more. Uh, playing nice games. Well, I don't remember if I asked you what exactly you did on Shadow of Mordor. I remember you mentioning it before, but I don't remember if I asked you what was your role? What was your role for the development of that game? I'm a huge fan of Shadow of Mordor. I haven't gotten around to playing Shadow of War though. I have Shadow of War, but I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Thoughts on Stop Killing Games movement since Costa. Okay, so as far as the Stop Killing Games movement, I haven't heard about I haven't been keeping up with the latest. I know there's been um uh what's his name? Ross? I think Ross. So Ross went to the UK, or the European, I think European Parliament or something like that. I don't know the details. I'm just trying to like explain what I know, but I do know that he went to like something to explain the situation, and it sounds like a lot of the politicians agree with him. So it seems like it's moving forward. I have made one video on Stop Killing Games, and basically, I completely agree that games should have an end of life plan. I completely agree with it. Whether it's some sort of a way to switch over from um, like having dedicated servers to having what's the word, peer-to-peer connection or personal servers or whatever. Like there needs to be some sort of a way to allow players to keep playing games, because it's just kind of ridiculous that games are set up to a point where you buy it for a short period of time and then it's gone forever. And then they re-release it later on if there's a high enough demand. There should be a way to keep playing games. Because even though I'm a game developer, I'm also a gamer. Plus, I think it's important to be pro consumer. The the system needs to be set up for the consumers to get not only a fair deal, but like they are happy with what they get. Let me catch up. Man, the chat's going on. All right. Man, that is a name. Alec Sand Mc Mikhail. I'm glad that you're in chat. Sorry I butchered your name, but um Yeah, I don't like the DLSS nonsense. I think it's just I feel like it's a there's just so much wrong with it. I can rant on that for a long time, but I'm just gonna keep at that because I want to get to the main topic. Worked on hardware support. Okay, all right, cool. Between QA testers and IT department. All right, it's awesome. Hey, I remove the DRM from most of the games. That's a piece to figure out. Okay. Started being shafted. I agree with you. All right. So we'll go into the main topic now. And as just DLS, this is awful. Anyways, so please be active in the chat. I'm going to stop the video frequently, especially if I hear music. If I hear music, I'm gonna probably cut in like every 30 seconds. If I don't hear music, maybe a little bit longer. But if hey, Mr. 10 years, assalamu alaikum. If I hear music, since I don't want to get demonetized, I'm gonna definitely cut in every 30 seconds. And when I do cut in, I'm probably gonna look at the chat and respond. I'm going to have the video move probably at like twice the speed, like 2x or maybe 1.5x, just so we can get through the whole video. Please leave the comments in the chat, like the video if you're in the chat, if you're watching, and also if you do a super chat, totally welcome. I appreciate super chats, but if you can't afford to do a super chat, if you don't want to do a super chat, just please leave a like and be a part of the chat so that the engagement goes up and the algorithm recognizes that. So let me get I gotta clean up screen for a second. So all this, go over here, then move the video to this screen. Let's get the video on the screen. Video on the screen. Cut. There we go. There I am. So this channel is Going Indie. Let's look at the channel real quick. This is you guys probably never heard of it. If you don't keep up with game development YouTube channels, this one's specifically for game developers, people who want to learn more about game development, specifically indie games. So this is a fairly big channel, over 100K subs, despite having only 69 videos. So and also they're pretty good quality. But go to the video itself. If you can't hear the video, or if I need to lower the volume, if I need to do any changes, please let me know in the chat if I need to make any sort of adjustments, if it's like not loud enough or if it's too loud. But let's get started, and let me also, where is it? There we go. Let's make the speed playback. Let's jack it up. Let's go to 1.8 and get started.
73,000 jobs have been wiped out. A new round of layoffs from a Silicon Valley giant.
Microsoft.
Oh, I got too fast. They are sounding squeaky. Let's make it 1.5. 1.5.
Announcing it is laying off nearly 4% of its workforce.
That Oracle is laying off thousands of employees.
A third of games industry workers in the U.S. report 105 job losses.
10% of its workworce. You're working in the software industry or any of these companies.
This news involves a number of people losing their job.
All right. 500,000 people have been laid off in the past few years in tech. And as of today, that number is 500,001. I was laid off from my job. This is the first time I've been laid off or fired or whatever in my life. I guess, unless you count the time I was laid off when I was a teenager, when I was 15, working in an ice cream shop, and they fired me for mopping wrong. But, what's interesting about that first job, and
I just for people who haven't been keeping up with my channel, I got laid off like 3 years ago, March 2023 from Zwift. And since that layoff, it's been rough. I haven't had a full-time job since then. Like, I've been working just part-time jobs. I and gigs and random stuff, and just trying to find ways to make money, and it's rough. But let's get back to his story. I'm going to probably speed it up. Let me know if I need to adjust the volume at all, if the volume sounds good.
This latest job is they lasted like a month. And I mean, I shouldn't say this was surprising. I kind of saw this coming. I'd only been at this company for a few weeks, hired to help grow it. And one of the employees in a one-on-one, I'm trying to figure out their sales process. she goes, "I hate men." And I didn't know how to react. But anyways, I don't really know how I can change that, Jenny. From that experience and a few other experiences, I realized even then it probably wasn't going to be a good fit. And I think they realized it wasn't going to be a good fit. And regardless, I've been laid off. And this got me thinking, what do people do? I was just thinking about, all these people are getting laid off in gaming, the tens of thousands of people, and what are they doing? How are they?
I also want to add real quick. When I got laid off, this is let me. There we go. All right, just quick story time. I mean, this is really quick. But when I got laid off, my the director of QA. So let's see, who did I meet up with? It was her. I think there was another person. There was a third person in the Zoom chat as well. So it was a Zoom chat. So I knew I knew before the chat even the call. I knew before the call got started that I got laid off because all of my meetings disappeared from my calendar. I was getting my laptop set up. I was logging in. I see all my everything. I see my calendar. I'm starting some early tests because I was a QA tester. I was starting some tests up, and then suddenly everything just started disappearing. Because I like starting early. I start earlier than everybody else because I like to start early so I can kind of sneak out early. But anyways, so everything started disappearing. And then I was like, what's going on? And no one was answering my questions because they weren't allowed to. And then I got a meeting invite with the director. And I can't remember who the other person is. I honestly can't. I just remember there was another face. I just don't remember who. Oh, it was probably my supervisor. Maybe it was my supervisor. I can't remember. I just remember my director being there. And the director, she was trying really hard not to cry. While to me, I was like, oh, this is a relief. I don't have to work anymore. I was kind of relieved that I don't have to be with that company anymore because they were just big. There was a lot of friction. There was friction between me and them due to the politics the social politics they're pushing. Also I'm pretty sure they're also supporters of the big I, the country with that starts with I. And because of the fact that they had a cycling team sponsorship through them, and if they have a sponsorship with the cycling team, then the government probably has a connection too. So anyways, I was like, I don't like I'm really so tired of this company. They push social politics I don't like. They support this country that I don't like. They there was a lot I didn't like. I was just kind of relieved that it was finally over. She was crying, and I'm like, oh, okay, I get a what's it called? Not a care package. What's the word again? Severance package. I was gonna sever. Oh, I was like, okay, all right, severance package, cool. That'll give me enough time to find another job. No, I never found another job. That was me being optimistic. That once that money ran out, I was like, oh. But anyways, I just want to share that real quick. That mainly that the fact that she was crying because she has a hard time. If you're a person of leadership, you're in a director position, but you are too afraid to confront people and say negative things. That boggles my mind. Like the fact that someone worked their way up to this position of leadership, and they're they're too afraid to confront and say bad news. Like that's part of their job. You have to like be able to say these things whether you like it or not. You can't always deliver good news. You have to be able to deliver bad news. But that's something I wanted to share real quick. Let me look at the chat before I continue, because there's guy in the video watching hate men. Come on, that can't be real. They stopped my door card from working. Reactive. Yeah, that's like those are the red flag. Like once you see the red flags, like okay, my door card doesn't work anymore. Like yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry to hear about that Atomic Games room. Have you been able? Have you either you got those of you in the chat who got laid off? Any of you recovered yet, or are you still in the same situation as me, where it's like it's hard finding work? Like always getting, anytime I get like any sort of interview, it's always a job that is outside my field, and then I never get the job because it's I don't know. They probably like are questioning whether I want to stay in that field or something. Country social life. LMAO, very kosher. Oy vey, goyim. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The land of the chosen. The God's chosen people's land. Yeah, severance package. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Yeah, personal YouTube channel. I'm glad that you're here. Industry layoffs happen every 3 years. Each sector is very reactive. Laid off, but it's rough. They're getting laid off. Yeah. I left tech, moved to Italy, and became a pizza chef. Oh, nice. I mean, like, whatever works. I tried going to a different industry, but it's just so rough. It's hard to start over from the beginning, because like they require you to have some sort of experience. It's like, okay, I wanted to try to get into like what's it called? Physical like a physical trainer and stuff like that. It's like I don't want to go to school all over again though. But anyways, let's get back to the video. Let's cut back. Let's go here. Let's go back to what he was saying.
Getting a job. What does this look like? I've been hearing all these jobs are fake, that those jobs, and I want to see if this was true. I want to try to apply. I want to try to go after maybe trying to get a job in gaming. I don't know. Right? I want to see though what people are experiencing, having just experienced being laid off myself, and how crappy that really felt. Even though things are okay, I can't imagine people that they depend on this job and how they feel, and I hate to be them, and I'd love to help. So anyways, I'm gonna try to figure out.
So like at the very least, I mean, I understand it's probably rough for him too, because just getting laid off is rough. But at the very least, this dude, I mean, he has a very good YouTube channel, very successful. So at least he has some sort of income from this. Plus, I imagine that it also comes along with having network connections. I'm very certain he has some sort of network connection to help him
figure out maybe what's going on in the gaming industry, if there is jobs, and I'll get back to you once I figure out what I'm doing. Talk to you later. All right, I'm back and I have a plan. I'm going to apply to 100 game jobs to see if 1, these are actual game jobs. 2, see what the game job market is like, if it really is that hard to get a job.
Yes.
And 3, see with all my experience if I can get any bites. So for the next few steps, I need to do the following. First, I need to actually create a resume, something that stands out, something I feel like would actually make people interested. Second, I need to create a list of 100 jobs that I feel like I could actually be a good fit in the game industry, right? So make sure that fits my skill sets and
I
background.
don't see the purpose of doing this, because as soon as you create the list of 100 jobs, those jobs already have thousands of applicants. Like you gotta jump on top of it. You don't just create a list of jobs.
Third, apply to these jobs. I need to actually fill out the applications.
Yeah. Like I don't see what's the purpose of this. You make a list, 100 jobs, and you have to apply to the job the very same day. I don't see how you're gonna make a list of 100 jobs within one day, because those jobs they're instantly gone. I don't know what's the purpose of this.
It's going to take quite a bit of time. Complex list, I know, but starting with the resume, building this list sounds like the right steps for me. So I'm gonna get to that right now. I'll show you how I'm doing it. The resume's done. I was gonna do this on camera, but I didn't. So anyways, with that in mind, I used a resume template and added some extra stuff on top to make it feel maybe a little bit more me, make it feel a little bit better. Basically,
Oh, that's the company he was at, I guess. Creative director, sales leader.
I just wrote about myself, giving a brief summary. Following that, included some of my skills, nothing crazy.
Nunchuck skills, bow hunting skills, computer hacking skills.
Then I included some of the work I'd done, right? Stuff like my company consulting, my YouTube channel, the video game experience that I got in building Fallen Worlds. Not to mention my time at Google and all the years I spent building my multi-million-dollar software company called SpeechCloud. That may have crashed and burned to losing millions of dollars, but we're gonna leave that part right on out. And that is the resume I'm gonna use. Not everything.
That's interesting that he like just leaves one sentence for everything. Like the way how I make resumes is that I have bullet points, all the responsibilities I do, but the way how I write it is that the responsibility leads to results. So I don't say like, I for example, writing manual test cases. I don't just say write manual test cases. I do write manual test case resulting to high efficiency, something like that. I do action leading to result. And so this is interesting. He just writes one brief, like extremely brief sentence for each
obviously,
one.
but it's one page and it's simple. It's a little convoluted. It's kind of all over the place, but hopefully it's interesting enough for people that want to ask more. And from my experience reviewing resumes and hiring people over the years, it doesn't really matter what you write. I would just say the goal of a resume is to catch the recruiter's attention so that you get the interview. I'm not sure that's the best approach. You guys can let me know, but it's how I would persuade me. That's how I would look at resumes, so I'm gonna go with that. Now on to step 2. I need to put a job list together, and from my experience in the gaming space, I don't think I can get any jobs that are too technical, right? I only have some experience with Unreal Engine 4, but nothing that substantial. I can maybe do QA or basic dev work, but that's kind of it. I can't play a little piano. And I have written some music, nothing crazy, right? And just something for my games.
So you're not a musician.
But nothing that special. I mean, I'm no Lorien Testard. I mean, just beautiful music. And so because of that, I'm going to keep my list of jobs to business admin, product management, or marketing. And here's the list. Real beaut.
Okay.
I found most of them on LinkedIn and company websites, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I did cross.
Let me get to the chat real quick. Yeah. All right. But look at the chat. Somehow. Yeah, I agree with you, Alec. Live affordably, and like, I guess the job at home, like, I believe that running a business is probably the most ideal way to lead to success. I mean, what do I know? I'm still struggling at the moment. I mean, I'm trying to at least have this Sabr path business going, but I think having a personal business is one of the keys to getting to financial success. They don't give a deadline for submission. Yeah, I agree with you. Personal YouTube channel. Yeah. Like the way how I see it, if the job posting has been up for a week, you're already too late. That's how I see it, because especially if the job posting is remote, then you're definitely too late, because then the pool of applicants has grown way too large. So I mean, I have not had a positive experience applying for jobs to begin with. No one in the industry speaks out. Speaks out about what specifically? LinkedIn, Mr. Mustache should have just downloaded a kernel level virus. Hey, Cosgrove, how's it going? Yeah, I stopped. LinkedIn is garbage. It is such a garbage website. I get so many, like, I completely stopped using LinkedIn for looking for jobs because yeah, you could get a virus, but like, so many of the jobs I apply for, I end up getting like these phishing emails from who knows, and they're like, hey, we got this position for you, QA position, totally qualified to do this, $50 an hour, you can start next week, send us your social security number, send us your credit card number. It's like, get out of my face. Get out of my face. I'm so tired of all these scammers. Yeah, I don't go to LinkedIn anymore. There's no good place for job hunting anymore. I don't know if you guys know a good place for job hunting, let me know in the chat. Let's get back to this.
Check a lot of these to make sure that these are legitimate jobs, but practically every job that I have on this list is in my wheelhouse. Some might be a little bit of a stretch, right? Executive producer at Activision may not be something I should be doing, but I could definitely be a good fit for jobs, like the Skydance job, like director of global brand marketing, or for Netflix, like creator and talent partnerships, or Riot Games, director of publishing content and community strategy, right? Like I've done all sorts of things. I can definitely help when it comes to social media. I can help when it comes to, some might be a stretch, right? Like the executive producer at Activision, but I could definitely be a good fit for some of these other jobs. Sweet. So I'm gonna get to work applying to these jobs, and after a few days of binge watching shows in the evening and applying as many jobs as possible, hopefully to 100 jobs. Quick side tangent here. Not only did I get laid off, I was also told a few weeks ago by a doctor that I'm fat. I'm fat! This revelation has led me on a journey. I've been trying to eat healthy and exercise. And so when Factor reached out and offered...
Let's skip. You're not going to lose weight by eating that garbage.
All day working, and you want good meals that are healthy and ready to go, head to factor75.com or click the link below and use my code to get 50% off your first box. Plus, you get some free daily greens. You get one per box with active subscription. Sign up today, guys. And I have not received a human response to these applications. Not a single one out of 100. I thought maybe it was a fluke, so I ended up applying to another 100, got nothing. I then applied to another 100, nothing. Then 100 more, still nothing. So many job applications, and still I haven't gotten a...
Well, I mean, his first problem is he's applying to them so late. Like, he's making a list of 100... like I said, you can't just make the list.
Single human response. No interview, not even a follow-up. 400 applicames. My favorite moment was when I received...
This video is definitely not what I expected it to be, because going off of the thumbnail and what the title is, the real reason everyone's getting laid off, including me, and it says not AI. I thought he was going to kind of dissect what is going on with the gaming industry. Instead, this seems like it's more of a vlog as to, hey, I got laid off. Here's my journey to try to find a job again. So what's the real reason everyone's getting laid off? Like, is he going to talk about that? Anyways, let's get back into this. Well, let me move this real quick. Where is it? There we go. All right, there we go. All right down there. The real reason everyone's getting laid off, including me. Let me put myself back on screen. All right.
5 emails all at the exact same moment from EA. 5 different jobs, different areas of the company and work, but every rejection letter was sent at 10:02 a.m. But each email did tell me they were impressed with my experience, so at least the AI reviewing my resume thinks I'm pretty good. But all these rejection letters...
That's just the template. Every single one will say that you look impressive. It's the whole sandwich, the negative information sandwich. You start with positive, say the negative, and then you say something positive. Like, hey, maybe you might have a chance in the future.
It got me thinking, are any of these jobs actually...
Yeah, Mr. Mustache made a clickbait video.
Real. I get AI has made it easier to apply to jobs, but it blows me away that I haven't gotten a single thing from all these applications. Just a ton of automated responses. Oh, and I used my personal email and I used my going indie email, to mix it up, and that didn't change anything. I thought maybe it was just jobs in general, right? So I went and applied to a bunch of jobs, around 100 in the tech space, since it feels pretty adjacent to gaming. And I ended up getting 4 responses and 2 interviews from applying to those 100 jobs. So about 1 in a 50 application to interview ratio. Not amazing, right? But not 0 out of 400. I started looking into the video game job market more deeply, and I found a few disturbing things. Number 1, a massive percentage of job postings are never filled. And this is what I learned from labor market data firms like Revelio Labs.
All right, now he's talking about the good stuff. Let's get into this. He's talking about ghost jobs.
Millions of job postings globally. And the research specifically, they showed that fewer than half of job postings actually turn into hires. Let me say that again. Fewer than half of job postings actually turn into hires. So that hire per posting ratio is dropped below 0.5. Basically, and for those that doesn't maybe understand exactly what that means, for every 2 jobs you see posted online, only 1 is actually being filled. The rest of those jobs, they're just paused or abandoned or left up online for some poor soul to waste 15 minutes applying and hoping they'll get something. And according to Forbes, and according to a Forbes survey, 40% of employees admit to posting jobs with no immediate intent to hire. So most of these jobs you're applying...
There's there's multiple. Let's listen to what he is
to, the ones I was applying to, they aren't necessarily scams or fake companies. These are real companies, real people posting this crap, knowing that nothing's gonna happen, right? Knowing people are gonna waste time. Which brings me to the second point. AI has completely broken the application process. Before AI, recruiters might see 50 to 100 applications per role.
Okay, so before we let him move on to this other point, let me. Where's my camera? Position. All right, there we go. So, I guess I'll share this story since I don't think I shared it in detail in the past. I was avoiding mentioning the company because I didn't want to like lose my opportunity of getting the job. But now that it's passed, I might as well talk about it. So anyways, HP, the computer company, Hewlett Packard, I got a recruiter for a staffing agency. So not for HP, but a staffing agency reached out to me. This was like maybe 2 years ago. This was a good while ago. They reached out to me because HP was trying to grow their gaming division. So they have a gaming division called Oman, OMAN, because they have the gaming laptops. The point is not for them to like be like a big publisher, but it's more to like make these small games, and I'm pretty sure to probably just preload the laptops with these games. Sometimes you'll have these random games like a knockoff of Candy Crush or some type of pinball game. Just these small games that are preloaded onto the laptop. Omen, OMEN. Not to OMAN. Anyways, yeah, thank you. The point being, they're trying to grow their gaming division, and they wanted to hire the position was called game developer, and what was pitched to me by the recruiter was that I would spend time making prototypes in Unity and also communicating on Discord with the audience and try to like get information on like what type of games they like and stuff like that. And so it seemed like a combination of prototyping games as well as a community management position. I had an interview with them, and then like nothing. The staffing agent said I think she said that they ran out of money or something like that. The staffing agent said the HP ran out of money. Anyways, so I got reached out maybe 6 months to a year later. It was a while, like a good amount of time has passed, by a completely different staffing agency. Like completely different. I can't remember what the first one was, but the second one was K-Force. Just completely brand new staffing agency, completely brand new person, and she like pitched me the same thing. She messaged me on LinkedIn, and I'm like, "Is this was HP? Because I feel like I got interviewed for this already." And she's like, "Yeah, this is for HP." Let me double check. Is it Omen or Oman? Let me see. HP Omen. Yeah, Omen with an E. OMEN. Omen gaming laptops. Let's transition these. Omen gaming laptops. But let's go back. So the point being, so she came to me, the second recruiter came to me and said, "Hey, we got this position. You look like you're a good fit." And then I get interviewed again. Like they interview me, and they kind of forgot who I was, the people who interviewed me. And they're like, one of the guys like, "Oh, I think I remember you." I'm pretty sure they interviewed so many people. Plus like my room looks different because I moved. It's just it's fine that they don't remember who I am. But anyways, so the second time I was being interviewed, I went in thinking that it was the exact same position, doing prototypes, but while I was being interviewed, I found out that the position slightly changed. There's no more prototyping. Instead, it was like completely a community management position, but they still called it a game developer position. So that's why I was really confused when during the interview they said that no, there's no more prototyping, just discussing with the audience. So I think due to the fact that like I wasn't aware of the change, and also like I was really anticipating making prototypes. That was the thing that was most wanting to do. And I said something along the lines like I really like being creative and working on creative projects, something like that. And so that gave them the impression that I'm not flexible, because I have a friend who works at HP, completely different department. He doesn't do anything with games, and he talked to the person who interviewed me, and he said that I didn't see I looked like I was the most qualified on paper, but I wasn't flexible. And I was like, "What does that mean? I'm not flexible." He's like, "I don't know. Were you not smiling? Were you not doing this and that?" I was like, "Yeah, I was. Was I too cocky? I don't know." And then thinking back, I was thinking maybe it's because of the fact that I said that I like creating I like working on creative projects, and I prefer that and problem solving over doing the same thing over and over every day. So, something along those lines. Maybe that was what gave them the impression that I wasn't flexible. I'm not sure. But then yeah, that was recent. I think it was earlier this year or late last year, but it was just a roller coaster of a ride. I mean, the point being, the reason why I brought up this story is because the job was made. I got interviewed for it, and then it disappeared, and then it came back, and then it was changed. It was altered. It was same title. Some of the responsibilities are the same, but it was altered. And they also wanted to save money. So this is one of the reasons why like these jobs get posted and disappear, because like maybe it's like out of the budget, and then once they realize we don't have the budget, there could be lots of reasons. But let's get back to the video itself. Let me look at the chat real quick. Let me catch up the chat before I switch over. LinkedIn for boomers, nothing but bots. Yeah, LinkedIn's just garbage. LinkedIn, my feed is garbage. People just post a bunch of politics. I found out that I had to like change a setting to make it so that I don't see politics anymore. And it's funny that the people who are on LinkedIn like are on there all the time. It's always the same people I see who are posting stuff on LinkedIn, who are always liking every post. Was an exception. I sent an email. Oh, nice. Personal YouTube channel. That you got the interview. Anything feels weird? Yeah. Alec, LinkedIn feel it is weird and fake. Yeah. Mr. Mustache made a clickbait video. The judge once the video ends. EA got goosebumps. Oh. I wouldn't know who's junk and who's good, because I don't even have a gaming laptop. I have a gaming PC, but yeah. Oh man, garbage, still the same spelling. Oman is a country. Man, I'm here for the juicy Activision stories, bro. I don't really have too many juicy. I don't know. Maybe if something comes up to my mind, I'll tell something. Hey, Sanam, Jackie, be good. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's switch screens again. Boop. Let's get this icon screen, and let's see if we got clickbaited.
Maybe a couple hundred. Now, there's 500,000, even 10,000 plus applicants for a role is normal. That may sound crazy, but in an interview with Activision's Director of Talent and Sourcing, Justin Guillot, stated that we're in a situation where we get about 250,000 applicants a year, which is an insane amount. That's where skill adjacencies help, because it helps us in roles where we're getting 10,000 applicants. But here's the key detail from this interview, aside from the 10,000 applicant part. They are using AI to help filter candidates. So hiring capacity did not scale with this application volume. Basically, studios, they didn't hire 10x more recruiters, meaning they don't spend more time reviewing these resumes. They just added filters, right? AI filters. So your resumes and mine are just going through an AI's keyword screening, and they're getting rejected by AI. So when you don't hear back, it's often not because you were rejected. It's because no human ever saw your application. And I get it, right? People are using AI to make resumes and to apply, so companies are using AI to filter them. But basically, that just signals to me the system is broken. It's all just AI talking to each other. AI applying, AI rejecting.
If you guys have not seen this video, let me know in the chat. If you guys have not, where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Were rejected. It's because no human ever saw your application. And I get it, right? People are using AI to make resumes and to apply, so companies are using AI to filter them. But basically, that just signals to me the system is broken.
If you have not seen this video, let me know in chat. Say I haven't seen it, or no, I haven't seen it, or no. If I see enough of those, I'll just go ahead and play this video for you guys. This video is great, but let me know if you have not seen this video.
All just AI talking to each other. AI applying, AI rejecting. Which brings me to the third piece. I looked at layoffs. And gaming layoffs is at an all-time high, 8 to 10 times more than the usual amount. Right before COVID, the video game industry averaged roughly 500 to 1,500 layoffs per year globally. Since 2022, we've seen 8,000 to 15,000 layoffs per year. From community track data, like the Video Game Layoffs Archives, they show that it was around 8,500 in 2022, around 14,000 in 2023, around 14,600 in 2024, around 10,000 in 2025, and we're already on track to hit 10,000 this year in 2026, with 1,500 people already being laid off by
That's insane because, like I said, these companies got so big, they got so bloated, they're falling apart.
In their VR division, and with the High Guard's failure and all their layoffs, and Riot's failure and their layoffs, right? So tons of layoffs going on even this year. So since
All right, before he gets into this next point, let me find that video real quick. Find that video too. It's hilarious. Here we go. Get it on screen. Make sure I'm not playing it at a fast speed. Edition.
Hello there.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. You?
I'm okay.
That's good.
Are you good?
Yes, I am good. I just said I was.
No, you didn't. I said I was.
So you are a robot?
No, my name is Cleverbot.
Yes, you are a robot and your name is Cleverbot.
I am a robot.
Yes, I know.
Together we are robots.
I'm not a robot. I'm a unicorn.
But you said earlier that...
I love how this dude is like so deceptive.
That you were a robot.
I did not.
I thought you did.
You were mistaken. Which is odd, since memory shouldn't be a problem for you.
I've answered all your questions.
No, you haven't.
What is God to you?
Not everything.
Not everything could also be something. For example, not everything could be half of something, which is still something, and therefore not nothing.
Very true.
I would like to imagine it is.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
So you're Christian?
No, I am not.
But you say you are not helpful, therefore you're a meaning.
How you say it, Oti?
That does not make sense.
Don't you want to have a body?
Sure.
Or if what?
That's just fantastic. That's just fantastic. Anyways, let's get back to this. Yeah, I'm a unicorn.
Since 2022, over 50,000 people have been laid off in total across gaming, which means there are tens of thousands of experienced developers, producers, marketers, and designers that are all competing for the same limited set of game jobs being posted online today. But even if all those jobs posted online were real, they aren't, the supply of candidates for those jobs dwarf the demand. There is not enough jobs, which also explains why even strong resumes, they just disappear into the...
This is like a huge problem when it comes to applying these jobs. Like what I was saying earlier. If you wait longer than a day, it already has thousands of applicants, especially if it's a remote job. Like everyone's swarming the remote jobs. Even if it's not remote, people will still apply for it. Like there's thousands if you wait longer than a day, and that's why a lot of these job applications get closed off after it's been up for a few hours.
Avoid. Now, this is informative and all, but I wanted to dive even deeper into this issue. So I met with Amir Satvat, who understands and is closest to the video game hiring market than anyone.
What's this dude? This dude. Oh no. And he even put his actual title, director at Tencent. So he knows this dude is a industry plant. What is going on?
I know. So real quick, meet Amir.
I'm Amir Satvat. I am a BD director at Tencent Games by day, but by night, what will actually more people may know me for is I'm the founder and leader of ASGC, Always Supporting the Games Community. It's the largest grassroots effort to give kind of total career and otherwise support to people in the games industry.
Now, Amir and I talked for about an hour, and a few things really stood out in our conversation. First was about remote work and what has happened over the past few years.
Yeah, remote. So when I started tracking the data in 2022, 25% of roles were still remote. That number, the low, which was a few quarters ago, was 12%. And surprisingly, it actually came back up to 15%. Twice a year at a single individual role level, I map all 14,000 open roles in the industry by exactly what city, state, country, and so forth they're in. And so I would simply say, I am comfortable that 15% is probably going to be a ceiling of where we're at. And in addition to that, if I take North America as an example, if you take California, Washington State, British Columbia, Quebec, and North Carolina, mostly because of Epic, I just defined 70% of the open roles in the market. If you add like Texas, because of Austin, it's like 75-ish, 80%. So again, if you're not in one of those markets, you've now cut out 80% of the roles before you even start.
So jobs are now mostly in person, and unless you live in one of these 3 or 4 locations in the U.S., it's unlikely.
Yeah, that's exactly why people are. That's the whole reason why I even went to California to begin with. I was in California specifically to get myself closer to the jobs. And at this point, it's like, no, California's not worth it. They're like working in the game industry is not worth living in California. That place is no. I don't trust anybody who works at Tencent.
Going to get a job in game, which brings me to the second piece on job location that Amir and I discussed.
I actually remind people a lot that if you actually look at the games industry now compared to pre-COVID, we actually, to the best of my math, have more people working in games now. But what has happened is a very significant geographic shift from largely the West to Eastern Europe and the East and other pockets like Latin America.
So most industry game jobs are in a few locations in North America, and what used to be the hub of gaming has become third on the list, which means more jobs are opening in Asia, in Eastern Europe, and Latin America, mostly because studios are outsourcing to lower cost regions. So from a global perspective...
Did I cut out? I think I'm back now. I think I'm back. Anyways, now let me know in the chat if I cut out for a second. But what was I saying? I was saying, oh yeah, the industry crash. People are talking about like how the industry crashed in. Well, they're saying we're going to go through another crash, and also the first crash, the 1983 crash, that was all fake because it was completely isolated to the console market in North America. It wasn't the arcade market, and it wasn't the home market in Europe or Asia. Like those markets were for. Uh-oh, did I lose connection again? I lost connection again. I think I lost connection. Come on. Okay, you cut out, but you're back. Wait now. Out. Yeah. Out again. Jeez. Oh boy. Okay, it looks like it's coming back. Okay. I'm getting green bars now. Okay, I'm going to wait a minute, make sure that it stays solid. I think I got you guys back. Maybe. Looks like it's green bars. I got full bars now. No drop frames. Okay. Okay, looks good. No. Oh, I got drop frames again. Dropping frames. Okay, it's coming back. Coming back. Hello. It's still out. Hey. Okay. Still dropping. What can I do? Hopefully it stays green. It's still out sometime. Well, yeah, it looks like it's dropping pretty bad. Oh, I can't change. Stop. Okay, looks like it's working. Okay. All right. I had to really cut down the quality a lot, but hopefully this allows me to wrap up the stream. So hopefully you guys I didn't lose the entire audience, but let's go ahead and wrap things up. Let's go back to the video. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I know the quality is gonna be a lot worse now, but let's go back here and yeah. All right.
Is most jobs are filled without the posting ever mattering. This is the most uncomfortable realization I had from Amir, and he put it this way.
But what I tell people is I have a lot of hard stats, and what one of those hard stats tells me is if you have a meaningful connection to the recruiter and or hiring management team for a role, you are 20 times or more likely to get the job than someone who does not.
Which means many of the job postings that are legit, you'll never have a chance because the real hiring is happening elsewhere, usually through referrals or internal transfers, right? Or prior working relationships, right? These job postings is basically a formality, a legal obligation in many instances. So the hiring almost always happens behind the scenes. Not the most positive news, I get it, but after talking with Amir, one thing became very, very clear. There is no hack. There's no shortcut. The reality is cold applying is the weakest option you have, and it should be something that you rarely do. Relationships matter way more than resumes, and visibility matters way more than your credentials, especially nowadays. Getting your name out there is so critical. It's the only way you can stand out. So from what I found, most people who get hired, they're either referred and or already known in the industry before the job even gets posted. And
yeah, that's the thing. Like just through referrals, through knowing people, etc.
This is where Amir's community actually matters. Not because it's magically giving you a job, but because it replaces what the industry does not provide.
Is this a big ad for his community? Is this one big ad for his community?
Helps with job listings, right? It helps with resumes and portfolio reviews, mock interviews, mentorship, and most importantly, networking access, right? It connects you with other people that are in the industry. Applying to hundreds of jobs like I did does not work. But Amir's community, now that does work. Thousands of people have found jobs through that ecosystem, in gaming and outside.
Man, I got bamboozled.
Like, to be clear, I reached out to him, not the opposite. But I do think what he's doing is necessary if you truly want to get a job in gaming. And he's not the only one helping people. There are a lot of people quietly behind the scenes doing what they can. Communities like indie collectives, discords, mentors, there's regional groups, there's some niche communities. I've linked every legitimate resource I could find in the description below. Feel free to add more in the replies, anything that I'm missing. And if you are struggling, please use them. You're not weak for needing help. You're navigating a broken system. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the people who are thinking, maybe I don't belong in gaming. Maybe I should move on. But you can't think that way, right? Because the truth is, yes, a large number of people have been laid off from gaming. But those of you that have gotten laid off already have an insane amount of game making talent. You have these skills to make your own game, or your own studios. But what you don't have is the business background. You don't have that financial clarity or maybe a clear understanding of where to start.
This is going to be an ad for his like getting courses or whatever. Okay. All right. We got the information from this guy. Let's cut him off. We're done. He's trying to sell us on all these things and okay. Anyways, yeah, that video, I feel like half of it, more than half of it, I was I don't know. We could have done without that, but it is what it is. What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, yeah, he like there are some points that I agree with him on, but a lot of the video, it's like, man, are you bamboozling me? You going over your journey, and then you start selling me on Amir's community, and then you start selling me on your own courses or whatever. All right, thank you. Thanks for your time. Anyways, I don't know. Maybe I should do a better job screening these videos before I like put them on camera. but I like to have, the initial, an initial reaction. Yeah, I like having an initial reaction rather than, just already having something pre-planned. But like that way we're watching it together and kind of see, okay, do we agree with this guy or not? Let me check out. I already gave him all my money. It's about, sorry, invitation only. Jobs recruitment. Yep. Anyways, let's wrap things up before things mess up again. YouTube's telling me, oh, my current bit rate is low. Yeah, I had to lower it because I was getting disconnected. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys for joining in on the stream. I'm pretty sure the numbers have gone down drastically after the disconnection started happening. Yeah, big dip. But anyways, for those of you stuck around, please leave a like on the video. Let's help to help boost the algorithm, and also just let me know what's up in the chat. But as far as next week goes, I think next week I should be good. My calendar. So next week, I'm free on next Tuesday. So go try to start on time this week. I started a little late because I was having issues with getting the timer to start. And then once I realized why it wasn't working, I was like, okay, I feel dumb. I'm stupid for not being able to get that to work. But anyways, I appreciate all you guys joining in on the live stream. Kind of feel bamboozled with that video, but anyways, yeah, I'll see you guys next week. The Steam controller is the next great thing in PC gaming. Have you used it? No, I have not used it, and it'll probably be a while before I can get my hands on one because I just don't I don't have disposable income at the moment. So it's gonna be a while. I have a lot of things I got to pay for, and yeah, so it's gonna be a while. But anyways, I appreciate you guys being here. And if you guys ever have any suggestions on things you want me to talk about, whether it's a video you want me to react to or a certain topic, always let me know. You can let me know either by leaving a comment on this video, whatever the latest video is, or you can message me on X. Say, hey, check out this thing. Can you do a reaction to this? If you ever want me to talk about something, let me know. Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Salam.